and call this special called meeting to order. If the city clerk will take roll, please.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Now we're going to open up in prayer. Precious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everything that you're doing within our city and everything that you're doing in our lives. God, we give you the glory and the honor for being in our presence. God, we ask that you lead us, you guide us, and let our hearts be filled with your love, your understanding, and your wisdom, that this city may be led with your presence, leading the very front of this government. And God, may all the actions we take in this meeting today give you the glory and the honor. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes from September meeting, September the 2nd, September the 5th, September the 15th, and September the 29th.
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes.
We have a problem. Everything's fine on all the agendas except for September the 5th, and there's some corrections that need to be made on that with their attorneys. So how do you propose we move forward? Do we make a motion on all of them and table that one, or how would you like to do that?
What is, if we could get on the record the issue that you're having?
I'm not sure about the issue. I just know that he said that there was some corrections that needed to be made, and he would get with us on that. So I would ask that we table just the September the 5th.
Okay, so you want to make a motion to table
September the 5th.
to what day? The next regular meeting, November?
Yes, please.
And we've got a second to table?
I'll second.
The roll call.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mayor, I'd make a motion that we go ahead and approve the minutes for September the 2nd and the 15th and the 29th.
I'll second.
Judge, second?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Next thing on the agenda is appointing to the Housing Authority Board. We have a Vanessa Miller. She is a resident of the City of London, meets all the requirements for this board. What's council's pleasure
I
in?
make a motion to accept Vanessa Miller.
I second. Actually, I do have one question. What party is she filling the seat for?
We can check into that and get it back to you.
Okay.
I mean, I think, don't we have to have, and of course she'll fit in either one of them because we only have one member right now, is that correct?
That is correct.
And I think the way that ordinance reads or that there has to be equal amount of Republican.
No, it's a split. You have 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats, or you can do a resident, 1 Democrat, 2 Republicans, or you can do independents. It's got to be a mixture of all.
Sure. And the one that we already have now is a resident. I think her name is Kathy Cook, I believe. Am I correct on that? Okay. So we've got a first and a second.
I second.
on Ms.
Roll
Miller.
call.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
We can talk about the other individual, and I thought you was talking about the one, but it's not on the agenda to discuss, so. But moving on today, we have on here the Ethics Board Oversight for the Cumberland Valley Ad. I think everybody's well aware that there has been, between the two branches of government, some misunderstandings or whatever you want to call it, but we've not come to a conclusion. We all know that we need an ethics board. Cumberland Valley Ad, many cities and counties, some elect to use their board, which is a nonpartisan group that has nothing to do with the City of London. Obviously, they use your ordinance and what you guys implement as law here in the City of London to govern the ethics, just as they would do if we appointed and had a board in our city limits. So talking with Cumberland Valley Ad, in your packet, you'll see that I've attached a letter which you guys had already received and an MOU that we not sent to them, but we wanted you guys to look over it first. And if you have any questions about this, we would like to talk about getting this set up with the Cumberland Valley Ad so we can at least have an ethics board that is nonpartisan, not stacked by either side. And again, it would only be governed by the ordinance that you have already set forth, but at least we would have a board that neither side would be appointing or confirming.
We have 2 members on that ethics board now, correct?
I think that's up for some discussion. Maybe we could do in a regular session.
Well, I think we need to acknowledge that we do have 2 on there now.
Well, I think that the Mr. Baker, that the judge had made quite clear, you guys taking action was part of the issue. I think that's up for debate at this point. But going on to the Cumberland Valley Ad, it's a nonpartisan group that neither of us control, and it allows more transparency, and it takes this out of our hands.
I'm not in favor of turning it over to the Cumberland Valley Ad. I make a motion that we don't do that,
I second it.
What was the motion for?
that we do not turn the ethics board over to the Cumberland Valley Ad.
So, the public has to hold comments. So, Mr. Baker, we're going to continue down this road of not having a full board.
Well, I just handed you a sheet from Jane Lee Dyke.
Jane recommending Shannon Kane and Danny Phelps to
Correct.
fill the 2 existing vacancies of the City of London Ethics Board.
And the 2 that we already have that we approved, I think that the September the 15th, I believe that was the date, that the mayor, sitting mayor at the time, appointed and the council approved. That's 2. And then the 2 that Jane has there now would take that, count that board up to 4. That's just one shy of the full ethics board.
Mr. Baker, there needs to be, first of all, some consistency in the position of the council. When Tracy Handley was the acting mayor, she appointed and the council approved.
That is correct.
Even though the council had taken the position previously that Jane Dyke would appoint in those situations.
And the mayor would not recognize Jane Dyke as being on the ethics board.
That's correct. That is correct.
Rightly so, and we're still, I'll stand by my stance on that, and we go back down that road again. I really don't want to, but we can if you choose to. the 60-day that had run out.
But now, these two people are recommended by Jane Dyke. So you see the lack of consistency. in
No,
the
I really
council's
don't.
position.
I really
Mr.
don't.
Bryson, there's nothing in the city ordinance that permits the duties and responsibilities of the Ethics Board to be removed from the city oversight and moved over to Cumberland Valley Board.
It is allowed, several cities and counties
It's not in
do
our
this.
ordinance to allow that.
No, the
And our
ordinance
city
can
attorney
be,
is questioning the legality.
the ordinance can be changed to do this.
It's currently not, the provision is not currently in the ordinance under
So-
which we're operating.
Okay, but now you all are setting up this same point of contention.
We're going to follow the ordinance, and the ordinance doesn't allow turning that duty and
But-
responsibility over to another outside entity.
Before you removed me from office, you guys claimed, or this council claimed, that Jane Dyke had the authority to appoint. When you removed me, she did not appoint. So if that was truth, in what your position as a council was prior to my removal, why was it then municipal orders were written and you guys confirmed the appointments of Tracy Hanley? So that's what we're saying. And to get rid of the tension, the ordinance can be changed. You guys have full powers to change that ordinance and put in a small provision allowing Cumberland Valley to do this. Instead of continuing tension between the two bodies, why not allow a nonpartisan group that has zero effect on either body? Neither one of us know that the ethics board there, allowing them to have that until we can work through this.
Mayor, I believe there's a second motion on the table for a vote.
And I would just like to say, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying to a point, but at the same time, our city attorney is questioning the legality of this entire move. So until we have confirmation, I don't think we should do anything until.
Which of the
He did not
We have
question,
one
Judge, he
attorney
did
there.
not question the
Yeah, we have
legality.
one
Do not twist what Larry is saying.
Yeah.
He's merely calling and letting council know that there is a standard being set here, that you're doing it one way, but then you do it a different way when another mayor gets in. Now that I'm back in, I have Jane Dyke sending me people that she would request, and I guarantee you that'd be the only names that this council will confirm. That's the problem. This community deserves us to move on. And this
Mayor-
ethics board has been, this ethics has been an issue. Why not just let's solve it and allow a nonpartisan group to have oversight over this?
You know, the only issue that I see with the confliction is the time it took for you to fill those spots. And we went through this.
But hold on, Judge.
And then.
But why didn't you
and then
let
we said-
Jane Dyke
let me-
fill
let
the
me finish.
seats then?
And then we said, you know, we need to clarify this before we can move on. We made that very clear. And I understand your point too. I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is let our attorney get back with us and confirm, and then we'll be happy to move forward however. But the legality of this being moved and transferred is very concerning to me, and I think the rest of the council.
Which attorney?
Mayor, who is the main point of contact there at the ad? So if I have any questions, I can reach out to them.
Mr. Weaver, which attorney?
Our city attorney, Chris Weist.
Well, no, he's not city attorney, he's council attorney.
Well, he's a council attorney.
He is.
Mr. Mayor, do you know your point? Do you know the main point of contact for the ads?
You can
If I
talk to
have-
Whitney Chestnut over
Whitney
there.
still,
Yeah.
okay. I am kind of interested in this, and I see what you're saying. I just would like more information before we do anything.
Yeah, same here. I need just want confirmation and more information on that.
Well, let me clarify to the public, there is no legalities to this that's questionable. Multiple cities and multiple counties use the Cumberland Valley ads across the state. And that's what this ethics board is made up of, different cities and counties. There is no legality questions. Council has the full ability to change the ordinance And it's really a paragraph to change to let Cumberland Valley take over the ethics board. So there's no questions, because if that's the truth, then cities and counties across this state are not legal. So I
So
respect
before
that
we-
you're wanting to do your research.
So before we make the motion to even accept the ad as oversight for our ethics board, maybe we should get we should all do our due diligence and call Ms. Chestnut there at the ad, ask
Yeah.
all of our questions, and then maybe the city attorney, Mr. Bryson down there, could draft up a ordinance to see what it looks like. And if we like it, then we move forward.
You know, my concern too is my concern too is us not acknowledging Jane or Ms. Bargo. And we need to cross that bridge before I think we move any further as well, so.
Well, and I appreciate you, Mr. Ortega, for saying that. We were not looking for a motion today on this. We were bringing you the information, and like I had told you in a text, that please reach out to Cumberland Valley Ad and get the information that you guys need. That's simply what we were doing
I
today.
did reach out to some board members there, and I did ask them questions. I have not reached out to Ms. Chestnut yet.
Yep, and so that's what I would do. And that's what this was about. It was never looking for a motion to accept this MOU or anything today. We were just laying the groundwork to move the city forward and get us out of this negative approach that we're currently in. Going back to your appointments, this administration will not accept your appointments currently. We'll put this on the record. The judge made it plain. I think it was plain in that last hearing. We will stand with that Jane Dyke is not on this board. We do not recognize her as the chair of that board. And so,
Sir, when Judge Williams made that clear to the mayor and council at the time, I think that was after the fact, after we had appointed Mandy, if I'm not mistaken. Is that?
well, I think it's good that you go back to Chris Weist and get advice on that as well.
Okay.
So what do we need to do? Take this motion off the floor and table it and research it some more?
Yeah, I mean,
Because we did have a second.
Yes,
so
a
we're gonna-
motion was made.
if you've got a second, this needs to fail out, don't it? They need to vote and then let it fail. You'll need to take a vote to let it fail, and then we can bring it back at a later date.
Mayor, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I could have sworn KLC gave us the green light that Ms. Dyke was on the board, appointed correctly by Mr. Baker. Is
Yeah,
that-
so in that, I think if we all got on the phone with KLC after this meeting, or a couple of you want to go join me, when I call a lawyer, how I word things to a lawyer really matters. That's the response that I'm looking for, I'll get, because the way I word it matters. So KLC will advise you on exactly the question that you ask them and how you ask them it. So, again, KLC may have told somebody, something, I don't know, I wasn't on that conversation. But, again, me and my attorney, we do not recognize Jane Dyke. I think it was plain. I think it was plain what Judge Williams said, if you watch the video, about he's being trifled with. So I think that's a discussion that we can have and let the attorneys have it, as we've done a million times. I honestly think this is an easy fix and stop costing the taxpayers money and me money personally, because you guys are not paying for my attorneys. The taxpayers ain't paying for my lawyers. I pay for them. But you guys are riding on the backs of taxpayers. So why don't we do the right thing here? And let Cumberland Valley Ad, who I have nothing to do with, you guys have nothing to do with, consider this so this city can get out of this negative motion. Just consider it. Do your due diligence, and then you'll find that there's nothing nefarious about this. I don't appoint to this ethics board. And we've all,
Our next meeting is Monday, November 3rd. I think that's
will that give
sufficient
council
time.
plenty enough time to research this matter?
I mean, I can only speak for myself.
I would think so.
Yes.
Question,
November, be good.
question, Mayor. And of course, we have confirmed and appointed, or you appointed, and we approved Ms. Miller to the Housing Authority. But didn't I ask, we already have one member on there, and I think you confirmed that. And it doesn't have any, I'm not trying to at all stop her. We've already voted her, or approved her. But
So you said that, and I said, let me clarify, this was just moments ago, that we're questioning you, when you had said that you had one member on there. I think I made that plain. We can do a rewind of the video.
Sure. But that was my question, because we did approve the minutes, and that was at the same meeting, so.
Yeah,
But
so-
anyway, go ahead with, we do have a first and a second on that.
So they got a motion and a second to kill the MOU. Do your roll call.
Mr. Ortega? Mr. Ortega?
The motion is to kill the MOU.
Yeah, if you're wanting to table this, we need to run through this and get no's.
Mr. Waller, you have a second.
Or if you prefer, whoever made the motion can withdraw that motion.
I think I made the motion.
I made the second, so
I'll withdraw the motion until we've researched this better.
Just table it until
Table,
I
there
moved-
you
yeah.
go.
November.
I'll move to table it to November 3rd meeting.
Motion withdrawn. Motion to table. There is a second.
I'll second.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
The next thing that's on the agenda, and again, this is not requiring action today, it's more a formality to inform council. You guys brought back ordinance 2022-13. This was the pay classification, advising council that this pay classification does not match the current city setup and according to the budget. So we are asking you guys, since you made it known Chris Weiss is your attorney, to look through that and ensure that that pay classification and job titles match what the budget in the city currently have. So
Council is currently working on the pay classification. And to compare and benchmark, we've submitted open records to cities nearby us in comparable sizes, and we intend to take action on that at the November meeting.
all right. Next thing on the agenda is second reading of ordinance 2025-09, the levy of property tax. So I want to,
Do we need to take action? I mean, do we need to take a vote on tabling that, or?
no,
That was
this was
just
just a
discussion.
notice,
Okay.
that's all it was. Much of what the ethics board oversight was. So the public knows on this right here, the last meeting, I had like 30 minutes to come in and really wasn't prepared. But on this, I did look into this. Council did not raise the property tax. The property stays the same. It's the same as it was last year. What's happened is the valuations have went up across the state. That causing an increase in your taxes. So I wanted to clarify that they didn't take actions to raise your taxes, that it was done by the property valuations on the state level.
Yeah, the mayor and I spoke, I believe, Friday,
Yes.
Saturday, and we did have a good conversation, but we did not raise the tax. We went with the state standard, as was done, I believe, the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's stayed, yeah, that is correct, and it's just stayed the same. It's the property evaluation portion that raised your property taxes. So if the clerk wants to read.
Whereas KRS 83A.130 to KRS 83A.150 and KRS 92.280 and KRS 92.330 require that a legislative body of each city levy and add valerium tax to city purposes, and this is done by ordinance to provide sufficient revenue to operate city government. Now therefore be it ordained by the city of London, Kentucky as follows. Motor vehicles and motorboats. an ad valorem tax rate of .078 on each $100, 7.8 cents on each $100, as assessed by valuation of motor vehicles and motorboats subject to taxation under the laws of the Commonwealth of Kentucky is hereby levied for the city purpose as provided herein. An ad valorem tax of .078 on each $100, as assessed valuation of real property subject to taxation under the laws of the Commonwealth of Kentucky is hereby levied for city purposes as provided herein. Personal property. An ad valorem tax of .078 on each $100, as assessed valuation of personal property other than motor vehicles and motorboats subject to taxation under the law of the Commonwealth of Kentucky is hereby levied for city purposes as provided herein. Due dates and payments, discounts and penalties. All taxes assessed in this ordinance shall be due by payable at the office of the city clerk on the first day of December 2025. Taxes paid prior to the due date shall receive a 2% discount. Taxes paid more than 30 days after the due date shall be assessed at a 6% penalty per annum. This ordinance shall be effective immediately upon publication and applies to the 2025 calendar tax year assessment. All receipts shall be used for city purposes to include without limitations operations of police and fire department, operation sanitation, public works, general city government operations, and for other city purposes for the 2025-2026 fiscal year and subsequent fiscal years in reference to delinquent collections. Further, any ordinances in conflict with this ordinance be repealed to the extent of this conflict. If any section, sentences, clause, or phase of this ordinance is held unconstitutional, otherwise invalid, such infirmity shall not affect the validity of the remaining ordinance.
I make a motion to accept ordinance number 2025-09.
I second it.
Then do your roll call.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
This will conclude the special called meeting. We can get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
Second.
Do your roll call.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. House?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for showing us.
Have fun.